Hey guys, it's Tinker Tailor here today, bringing you another video for this desert luxury resort. I don't actually know if that's what I'm gonna call it, but that's what I'm calling it right now. Um, and yeah, in this video, I think we deal with the gym, the spa, and the restaurant. Um, and you'll see I do have a lot of moments where I'm very indecisive. But for the first maybe 3.5 minutes of this video, I do just by myself. But I believe the rest of this video I do actually stream it over on Twitch. So yeah, if you're interested in watching and hanging out and um, seeing sort of the build process, then definitely head over to Twitch. I believe it's linked down below if you would like to see me build in real life. I also do some variety games, so like um, at the moment it's Supermarket Simulator, but I've done Power Wash Simulator, I've done Minecraft, I've done um, some other Lego games, and I believe I did marbles on stream once. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember. I don't think I did. Um, but yeah, it's mostly Sims over there, a little bit of variety. And I really just want to play Supermarket Sim again, but I only have one day of variety, so I'm being very patient in just not doing that because I really should save that for on stream, and it's been very difficult to not um play Supermarket Sim. I could try and figure out how to have like a new save file, but I am a little concerned that it's gonna delete the old one, like delete the one that I have on stream, and I just don't want to do that. So I'm not taking that risk. And it's forcing me to be patient and it's forcing me to build in The Sims. Um Apologies if you can hear the dogs barking in the backyard in the background. Um the dogs around here just always bark. They just like if I open my blinds and the neighbor's dogs see me, they lose their minds. Like how dare I exist in my own house? Um so yeah, I haven't opened the blinds at all this morning, but they're still barking. So apologies if you've been hearing that all morning. But anyway, we are a little off track here. We're still kind of in the building bit where I was on my own. It's kind of when I finish this little pool area, which I'm probably gonna change again in the future. That this is the bit that I do off stream, and then the rest of it is on stream. And I believe all of next video is going to be on stream as well. I'm not even going to try and guess how many streams and videos it's going to take to finish it because I tried to do that with some of the other builds that I've done that are pretty big, and I'm always wrong. I'm always at least 2 videos over or under, and I honestly have no clue how far away this is going to be. I'm including um, most of the building process. I haven't really, I don't think I've cut a single thing out of this video, but I did the last one. I cut out the building of the rock wall just because it took forever, and then when I was changing um the color of I don't know what they are, like the curtains, I guess. Um yeah, I decided to just get rid of it because it was too much. But this video I don't get rid of anything, and I don't think I will next video either. I think it's sort of important for me to show off the fact that like I'm not, you see a lot of people building and they just, it looks like they're getting it perfect first time, and I don't. I can assure you I absolutely do not get it perfect first time. I mess up a lot. And I kind of want to be very transparent about that because, well, yeah, it happens. It's not easy to build, and I'm still learning. And yeah, like I definitely want to be transparent about that so that you guys, if you ever feel like, you know, not necessarily looking at my builds, but any builds in general and being like, wow, how do they get it perfect first time? It's kind of like, well, no, it's not perfect first time. It's a lot of work and a lot of stress and a lot of picking something and then realizing it doesn't have a matching swatch and then picking something else and realizing it doesn't have a matching swatch and then giving up for a little bit until you figure out something or give in to the fact that what you want isn't going to work. Um, and that's a lot of time and effort and energy. If you go back and look at my first builds, um, I'd spend maybe 2 hours on them, maybe. And now I'm spending easily 8 hours on them, I reckon. The previous two builds that I did, I believe those ones were pretty quick ones. But the rest of them, yeah, it's like it just takes 5 minutes to. No, it doesn't take 5 minutes. I don't know why I said that. It takes a while. I've been putting more and more time into these builds, and of course I pick massive builds, so that's why they're so detailed. I think if I picked smaller builds, I would probably potentially not put as much time and effort in. I mean, I'm still going to put time and effort in, but not as much because they're not as big, if that makes any sense. But knowing me, I'm going to continue doing extremely large builds and get frustrated with them. But I do have some plans for some builds that hopefully won't be that enormous. So with the A to Z challenge coming up, I'm actually going to be participating in the 26-week version. I've never done the 26-week version. I've only done the 26-day version, which is a lot. Super stressful and would not recommend it if you don't have the time for it. I actually started a few months in advance and it does not take me 26 days. It takes me quite a long time and I've got to like edit the videos and I do shorts and reels and Instagram posts and it's a lot and I always get towards the end and I'm doing it like last minute. Like I'm pretty sure the last couple of letters I was recording the video the day of. Um so the 26-week challenge seems a bit better. And if you're not sure what it is, basically for 26 weeks you get the next letter of the English alphabet and you do a build that starts with that letter. So I believe last year I did an airport based off of someone else who did an airport. I've run this challenge before, so I took inspiration from what people have already done to do the builds earlier this year in February, but last year I did it by myself for the first time and then put it out public. And so I didn't have any inspiration from other builders really then. I just kind of tried to figure it out the hard way myself and I did an army barrack the first time and I did an airport the second time. And the airport was inspired by one of the builders who took part in this challenge, whose name I cannot remember right now. But yeah, it's the best bit about the challenge is you don't have to participate in every week. You could just do 1 week. You could do 26. You could do 4. It really doesn't matter. It's just about making sure that you have fun with it. And you sort of get outside your comfort zone. That's the biggest bit is get outside your comfort zone and build something that you haven't really built before. I've never built an airport before and that took me forever. Like if I had have done a smaller airport, I probably would have finished the A to Z challenge a lot sooner than the day that they were due. Um it was pretty big and I mean so was the army barrack. But yeah, this year I'm gonna participate in it. I've decided that I am gonna do CC. I'm not showing off my builds in the A to Z challenge. I'll just have the videos and posts up on Instagram. Um, but yeah, other than that, it's kind of just yeah, fun little thing. And I've opened it up to CAS. So you've technically got three categories. You've got room builds, you've got like proper full builds, and you've got CAS now. I've limited it to one build, one proper full build, or two small rooms, or two CAS creations, two people, I guess. But I've allowed you, if you wanted to do multiple, you could. I would not recommend it, but if you wanted to, I'm not going to stop you. So if you want to do like a can't really think of it, like the Addams Family and then the Addams Family home, you could absolutely do that. Or you could do like Wednesday Addams and her room. And I'm thinking the movie Wednesday Addams, not the cartoon or TV show versions. I don't know, that's kind of always been my favorite. Sort of Addams Family. I don't think I've watched any of the cartoon versions because it just I don't know, it didn't feel right. So I didn't watch it. But yeah, the long story short, if you wanted to do that, you absolutely could. Now I understand with the Addams Family there's more than two people. What I've said with that is that you enter two of your Sims, but you can build the whole family if you want. But the voting will be based off two Sims. So we actually do have some special guest judges. I haven't announced who they are yet, but there are some special guest judges, and I'm very keen and excited for that. Um, and we will do the voting in probably build and cast categories. I haven't decided if I'm going to do build, cast, and room categories. I don't know if I'll lump rooms in with the proper big builds. It depends on how many of each we get, I would say. Based on last year, I'd probably lump them together, but if we have more entrants this year, then we might separate them. So it really depends on how many entries we have, and I'll tell you I believe mostly room builds won last year. And I feel like it's just because you could put much more detail into one build, and it was really I don't know, it was really good. So yeah, if you want to take part in that, definitely check out. I will be posting the rules and things like that over on Instagram, but entries will be actually taken over on Discord. I currently can't. Well, I don't really want to do it over on Instagram because Instagram keeps eating posts, and I actually missed a few people last year in the challenge, and I'm really frustrated at that because it meant that I didn't get to show off these builds of people who put in so much effort and then the gallery just ate it. And trying to find the builds on the Sims gallery. I just said the gallery, the Instagram ate it. The gallery also was kind of difficult to look for because I understand the hashtags are so hard, but if I know your gallery ID, I went and found you and I found your build. So yeah, it was kind of really frustrating to have Instagram eat all the posts and then the gallery and the hashtags and whatever. It was a lot. So I've changed the hashtag and I have put each so the rooms, the builds, and the casts each have their own hashtag, um, which is a lot more effort for me and probably you guys too, but I do want to kind of keep them separate so that we can keep this challenge sort of rolling and having fun with it. Yeah, other than that, that's that's pretty much all the rules, I guess. Other than no CC. I'm doing it with CC, but I'm not actually submitting the challenge, I guess. I just want to do the builds to challenge myself. So if you want to do that too, absolutely go for it. Just understand if you do use CC, I will not be doing it. I will not be entering, like, it won't be entered into the challenge because I want to try and make it as fair as possible to console builders. And I do understand that full mod is sort of a disadvantage for console players, but I had a little look at last year's results, and a lot of people who um did really well in the challenge. I mean, everyone did really well in the challenge, so it's really hard to be like those who did really well. But yeah, some people who did extremely well in the challenge, who placed in the top two quite a lot, are actually console builders. So I'm not too worried about console builders. You guys, because you have those limitations and it's not as easy as using a PC or a laptop or whatever, you guys have to be creative, and it makes it so much better. Like your builds so much better. So I just want to make it somewhat fair to you guys by taking away CC. It also means I don't have to go hunting for all the CC to download to be able to tour the builds on Twitch later. Um, but for now, yeah, that's pretty much all the rules. It actually starts this Saturday for me, or if you are in, probably most of you guys who participate in this challenge are actually in America. It'll be Friday night, Friday afternoon. Which I understand can be a little bit frustrating for some people because they might want to use the weekend to build it. But you can start building now. So that way you can stay ahead and you can have the weekend to build the build that's due at the end of next week. I'm a solid believer that weeks start on Mondays. So whenever I talk about weeks, just be understanding that I'm talking about Mondays. Mondays start the week because the weekend is called the weekend because it ends the week, and it ends the end of Sunday, which means Monday is the start of the week. And you cannot convince me otherwise. I've had too many debates with too many people trying to convince me otherwise. That's what I believe. But anyway, yeah, so if for you it's on a Friday, you can use the weekend before, if that makes sense, if you start early. And the other thing is, like I said before, you do not have to participate in every single week. I mean, if you want to, you absolutely can. But I totally understand if you cannot. And I actually think I'd prefer you didn't burn yourselves out because it's a lot. It's stressful. I've seen people, there's 3 people I believe who did every single week, and they said it was a lot. It was a lot to do, and they did, I believe, all room builds because it was a lot. Also, if you're wondering what's the difference between a room build and a full proper build, I will count. If you go to Witching Mermaid's Instagram account and you look for her Romeo and Juliet balcony, that I will consider a room build. So it's basically, it's 2 stories, but only the top room is decorated, and then there is like a little outdoor kitcheny, not kitcheny, what did I say kitchen? Outdoor garden area. I'll consider that a room. But if it's got more than that, or if more rooms are decorated, I guess, then I'll consider it a build, even if you've put the other hashtag. And I just want to make that clear for you guys so that if you do want to kind of do something like that where it's just the exterior of the build that you're really looking at, and like the garden area, if you want to consider that a room build, then absolutely. If you want to consider that a full build, I guess, I still don't even know the proper term for that, a build, then absolutely go wild. I I don't mind. It's really up to you guys for that sort of circumstance. But yeah, like if it's got multiple rooms and they're all decorated, then that's not a room build anymore. Whereas yeah, like I said, Witching Mermaids one had 2 floors, but it was only decorated on the top floor, and it was just one room on the top floor. The bottom floor was either empty or a foundation. I don't remember, but yeah, I will consider that a room build. Um, yeah, that's been a long-winded ramble about the A to Z challenge. If you've got any questions, you can definitely message me. You can comment down below. You can message me on Discord, like in the Discord server. You can message me on Instagram. There's a post over there. You can ask questions on that. I don't really have anywhere else. I mean, if you're on Twitch and you've got questions, definitely ask them. And if I keep getting a lot of the same sort of questions, I will put out like a little Q&A thing for the A to Z channel. Yeah, other than that, that's really all I can think of now. I've said that a couple of times now, I realize, but I do think that's sort of all the information I have on it. Um, and if you don't have any of those, um, like if you don't have Instagram or Discord, um, feel free to comment below your gallery ID if you want to participate, and I will go searching for that. I understand not everybody has access to Instagram or Discord. Um, and so I'm trying to be as inclusive as possible. That's why I was a little apprehensive about having it on Discord. Also, I've had people say, could you not have the challenge on Instagram? I don't have Instagram. So I might post these things around a couple of different places and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, that's probably all I have to say about that. With this build, I do change a little bit of this restaurant. As you can see, I'm struggling quite a bit and I just can't figure it out. And I think it's because I was slightly sick and trying to pretend I wasn't. Um, like the next video I do, I streamed yesterday, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna admit I'm sick. I'm not feeling it. I don't feel great, and I took some medicine, and now I actually feel a lot better. I'm definitely gonna have to take a lot more medicine. But I feel immensely better. I'm the sort of person who will like if I'm starting to feel like oh I might be coming down with a cold, I'll take like I'll have a bunch of tea and sleep and I'll take an extra long shower and that sort of stuff, but I I'll try and get rid of it naturally and usually that works, but when it doesn't, I'll then jump straight on the medication. I'm not a fool, like I understand medication's important. And so that's kind of what I've been doing this week and it's gone like straight away. But I'm still gonna take some more medication just to make sure it doesn't come back. But yeah, that's long story short. That's why I was a little. I don't want to say frazzled, but like I didn't know what I was doing and I was so confused and I was like I guess I'll put it here, but then I don't like that and then I don't like this and I guess I'll put it. I don't know. Um, but now that I feel a bit better, I feel like I'm gonna go off stream and do this for a little bit. Because I'm gonna miss next stream. I'm not actually gonna be home for a while. Well, I say a while, it's a day or two maybe. I'll definitely be back in time for the next stream after that, and the next video, but I won't be here for next stream, which is tomorrow. Because I have a friend's birthday and we are going to go celebrate. And we are staying over for the night to celebrate. And I'll be back sometime the next day. I might do an extra stream to make up for it, I might not. It really depends on how I feel, because I'm probably going to be a little bit tired, but I'll definitely have the next video already ready because, well, I mean, I already technically do because I have the build. I have like nearly 4 hours of content to edit down into one video. But I'm also going to do some more building just by myself so that I can make sure that the build is done at some point in the future. Because I really, really, really do want to get this build done soon. I've really thoroughly enjoyed it, and I've definitely done some things that are a bit different to what I kind of normally do. If you know Fresh Pick from Twitch, he calls it scamming, where you do things that are not supposed to be used as something and you use it as something else. Um, and I haven't quite got all that scammy in this build, but I'm definitely trying. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.